So today is November 12th, right? So like I was saying, the semester at this point starts to fly pretty fast, right? So, if you look at the calendar, after today's class, technically we have not that much left. We have the 19th, right, which is next week. Then the next class is no class because of the Thanksgiving break. And then we have December 3rd, December 10th, and December 17th, right? So, December 17th is more like a presentation, right? So the 17th is when I expect everyone to, so the 17th is our last class for the semester, right? So that day, everyone's going to present their final portfolio, right, to the class. So you're gonna showcase the final portfolio, right? We'll go through each student, and as a class, we'll be the jury to critique, give comments, and ideally, that's gonna show us the work for the entire semester, right? On the 10th, right, December 10th, right, we're going to also present, right, a project that we'll do in class. So this class, first we do a lot of little assignments, right? They build up, and there's always like a class project for the end, right? And I always do the class project, the week before the last class, because then once you finish that project, you can just afterwards add it to the portfolio, so you can showcase it as your final submission, right, for the class, right? Because the portfolio is going to include everything you have for the semester, right? All the work, from day one. Is that make sense for you guys?
Yeah.
Okay. So we have, today's class, next week, and then we have, a break, because so ideally, obviously there's always work to be done even during the break, so it's going to continue and try to either to catch up with the class or trying to focus on other, assignments. I mean, for today, the first thing I want to do today is kind of see what you guys did with the website, right? So look forward to seeing, there should be links for the website in the Dropbox folder, right?
Professor?
Yeah.
I didn't know how to make a link, so I could just share my screen and show it from the website.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Yes. I mean, eventually, obviously there's no way for me to collect the website, right? And have the doc. So in the end, what you guys would do is just, you can take screenshots of the website, right? And those screenshots can be added to the portfolio, right? As an assignment, right?
Yeah.
So, and this is how I'll be able to, to check it. So maybe you guys, maybe you guys will share from your side, right? And we go, one by one, and then we can talk about, the class project, right? These things.
Yeah.
So, okay, we're recording now. So, yeah, I mean, if you want to start, go ahead and share your screen.
Yeah, I'll start.
All right. Thank you, President.
You're welcome. So I was just messing around with different portfolio templates.
So you tried different websites?
Yeah, I did two. So
Okay.
I'll start off with the architecture portfolio.
Okay, I see the Q project. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, my internet connection is slow.
It's fine. Yeah. Okay.
So obviously, I started off with the unique name, which was Mind of an Architect. And so this was just like a showcase your recent project. So I ended up using the cube mainly because it had a white background, and for me it kind of looked good. And recent works, I did two of them, so I kind of kept with the same name, like Mind of Renders, Mind of Facade.
This image didn't change, or
I changed it. I just don't.
Okay.
I don't think I said, because it was kind of confusing going up and keep on saving it. So I think didn't change.
Okay, so I mean, you have this like your main page, right? On the right, you have work, about, team, and those things, right? From your site.
Yeah, so I deleted. There was one more. I forgot which one. We didn't need it, but I kept the R team and kind of
put your picture.
Yeah,
and about yourself, right? Okay.
Yeah. And the contact information, I ended up just using Voorhees.
That's fine. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Okay.
Number. And
okay. So it's good, so I think so. besides, this stuff, right? Like you adding, the projects, what else could you also add to this website, right? To make it more, to give more information to somebody seeing it besides the projects.
Words.
Words, okay, yeah. And besides that, again, anyone can answer, but what else could be very useful to see here?
Useful as in what? Like,
Like when you apply for a job, what things do you typically submit to, to a job, right? For example, for them to be able to see if you're a good fit, to check your
Oh.
experience, right?
a description about yourself.
Yeah, that could be good, yes. But also something a little bit more.
Resume?
Yes, exactly. Resume, right? Yes.
A
So
resume.
description, that's always great because this is your chance to tell them something about yourself, before you go to the, to the meeting and say. Also for them, if you send them a link to your site, they can start to browse to your resume, right? And because, this is like it's digital, then you can typically expand and put a little more than you would in a paper copy, right? A paper copy is typically more focused, right? Only the highlights, right? A website, it's more thorough. It has more details. You can expand more, and you can show samples, right? Of those things, right? So you might even consider having like, you can put work, right? Which is fine. You can put another category that shows very specific work, right? You can show like a tab that might show just renderings, or one tab that shows just sketches, or one tab that shows your detail work or CAD work, right? And you can really give the person a chance to really explore in detail your different skills, right? To expand on the things you have, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And should I show my other?
Sure, yeah, you say you had a couple, yes. I mean, just,
Yeah, I have another
yeah.
one.
Okay.
And so I'm like also a photographer a little bit.
Okay, nice.
So it's better in my opinion, it's better in the iPhone view.
Okay, why?
Because it's unique.
Okay.
So I saw a different portfolio of a photographer who used his pictures as well.
Yeah.
I kind of switched it up, making one picture scene, then myself, then scene, and it kind of like makes a pattern.
Okay. No, but these are all your shots?
Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah. I like all the, you're working with also with the seasons, with the perspective, right? Like,
Yes.
1 point perspective of the space. Okay. I like the city one with the Brooklyn Bridge in the background.
Brooklyn, the Manhattan Bridge?
Is it? Yeah. On the right side.
Yeah.
No, the right side, the other one.
Right. Oh, yeah, that's.
Yeah, but yeah, both are really nice because this is kind of, it's winter, right? So everything's very kind of neutral, right? Everything's almost like black and white in the image. So it's a nice effect.
Yeah, it's just from 2017 up until now, different places I've visited. Yeah, that's all I have.
But this is also pretty cool. But would this work for like something architectural? What do you think?
Not pictures of myself,
Yes, exactly. Okay.
but like Burj Khalifa, city skyline, it kind of would because
Yeah.
they want to see if you're able to capture shots of your project in the
True.
future.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So that's a good point. Yeah. So I mean, you really, again, you wouldn't show so much of yourself, but in a way, you could have a category in your portfolio like this, photography, right? Because taking photograph, it is a skill, right? And you're documenting buildings, you're documenting scale, light and shadow. These are all things that are part of architecture, right? So I think that'll be great to, and most architects like to take photographs, right?
Yeah.
And it's part of of capturing that moment, right? When the building looks amazing, or so I think it's definitely it looks really nice, having this also.
Yeah, it was like a therapy session.
Nice. What do you guys think, the class? Any comments? And don't be afraid to give your comments. You guys there? Come on, guys, don't be shy.
We like it.
Okay, yeah, but I want to hear your comments. I mean, it's I mean, the further we go through the semester, the quieter people are getting, right? And I'm struggling to get students to talk. So, so I mean, yeah, I want to hear your criticism, right? Your feedback. If you like it, that's nice. But if you like it, why? What things do you like, or what things you think could be done better? That's kind of it's always good for us to critique those things.
Yeah, maybe a little bit organize the photos, like he did, maybe annotated. Yeah, he did like a one tone on this one, and this one is a little different tones.
Okay.
This one is a different tone, but I like the tone on this one. He did.
Okay.
Maybe he can figure out how to do the other ones.
Gotcha.
Looks cool, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's I mean, it could be like a side page, also, a lot of architects also have, blogs, right? Where they critique or talk about, let's say you travel to the city, right? You photograph, you cannot tell your story. So, many architects have, these things that will either showcase their photographs, but at the same time, if you take a lot of photographs of things, right, like buildings, or how can that help you as an architect? What does it give you?
Inspiration?
Yes, yeah, it could definitely give you inspiration, right? Maybe you're doing your next project, right? And one of those photos gives you an idea, right? Or maybe a concept, for design, right? Something you like, right? So, it's always good, especially, if you're working on a new project, right? You don't just start designing on paper, right? Before you design, what do you do, right? You have to get to know what?
The site.
Yeah, you go to the site, you document it, you walk around, you see who lives there, the materials, the colors, the atmosphere, all those things, and you capture that through your photos, right? And these photos you can publish afterwards, right? And that could all be a part of your experience, your ideas, and a way to generate, designs, right? So, this is a great looking site, Faizan.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Were you doing other ones, or?
So right now I only did 2.
Okay, so again, afterwards, this I really cannot collect. So eventually everything we do in class is gonna go in the portfolio, right? So
Yeah.
for this, just afterwards use like a screen capture, right? And capture, different parts of your website to put, in the portfolio, right?
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay, and if you want to do more than one, that's fine. You can do one for architecture and one for your photography. That's fine.
Okay.
All right, thank you very much. All right, our class looks a little bit small today, but all right, how about who wants to volunteer?
Professor, I guess I'll go.
All right, Jonathan, perfect.
Yes.
Thank you.
So I just use the one that this website.
Okay, that has all the photographs, right? Okay.
Pretty much, yeah. So if I on the first one, all of these are projects that I did, and for here I just show this is like the basic description of like what was the project about, and then I just showed went to my actual model and took some pictures, of renderings. I didn't put too much because I didn't want to give it away too much. But this is pretty much I did the same exact thing for each project. So shoot, if I go to another project,
yes,
and it's the same exact layout. That's
okay. So that's good. You have in the front page, all the images, right? You go on the image and you have the description, right? And then you have all the different photographs, right, of the space.
Yes, that's correct.
All right, nice. Freedom Hostel. Okay.
And then obviously I put the picture, the work that we did as the renderings for Pavilion and Azuma House.
Okay, nice. Yeah, these were really good projects. Okay. Although I like that one too, the Highline, right? Looks very interesting.
Oh yeah, that's the design tool.
What class was this? Which design?
Design 2.
2, really? Okay.
Yeah. What was it? No, yes, I think it was.
Yeah,
okay,
it was
okay.
designed.
Design 2, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, the concept for this one was like water. So
I like it. I like it.
Yeah. So it's like a water park for like kids, and they can just go out and play, and then this block right here was supposed to be like imitate like a waterfall.
Ah,
Like,
really?
is it-
So, okay. Is the water gonna
Yeah.
cascade down those blocks?
Yeah, eventually it was, but
Okay.
then I also made another one in the back. So that was the basic idea of it.
Yeah, very nice projects like this. From my side, this, if I saw it in the portfolio like a printed version, it's okay. In a way, when you print your portfolio, right, you're relying heavily that the printer comes out nice, right? You get the right
Yeah.
colors, right? You get the right DPI. That hopefully the paper is good enough. But here, you get to see everything, in the best stage, right? It's clear. The writing, the renderings tell the story, and I think it's very beautiful.
Thank you. And yeah, that's pretty much what I have.
And how about your experience working with this? Did you find it difficult to make something like this?
It was a little bit tricky at first, confusing, but no, it
Okay.
wasn't that complicated.
But
Again,
like,
I just
okay.
yeah.
Was
I
this your
just-
first time working with this Squarespace?
Yeah, I never heard of it before you mentioned it.
Okay, so in a way, you can see in a way how easy it is to make a site, right?
Yeah, it wasn't
Publish
that
a site, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you guys think? Let's see if I can pick up. Jessica, what do you think? Jessica? All right, this is where it makes me nervous to think that some students, after I take attendance, disappear. Okay. How about Alan? Are you there?
Yeah, Professor. Could you repeat that because my connection is still pretty bad?
Okay. Yeah, but yeah. Said, what do you think of this portfolio? Like this, like.
I think the portfolio looks interesting. You did label it. Like is this Jonathan? Yeah, Jonathan, labeled his projects.
Okay.
And it seems pretty intuitive. The only thing I probably would say is just probably picking a stronger, cover page for the project for maybe one or two, and that's it.
What do you mean, like a stronger upper page?
Well, is that what it's called? Like the tab, or what do you call them? Yeah, Professor, when you move in the cursor.
Can you
The mouse? Yeah, the mouse.
Okay.
Yeah, so you see, if you hover it, it highlights the image or the project.
Yeah. Okay, gotcha. Okay, yes.
Yeah, I think it's just if you scroll down. Yeah, it's just the one that says the highline. I don't know. I feel like it's a little just the light. That's it.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. Just
yeah, but everything else looks. Yeah, it's just everything else looks great.
Okay, thank you. Perfect. Yeah, I mean, I can. To make a really well portfolio, it's gonna take you longer. But the idea for this class, right, is to, it's most like a crash course on the portfolio, right? I don't want you guys to spend weeks and weeks trying to make a portfolio online because, as architects, we are very busy, right? Design work never stops. We're always working on projects, new drawings. The idea is to, in a very simple way, without taking, this you could probably do in a couple hours, right? Maybe less, right? You can, set up this page, edit the text, add your images, and, and there you go. You have a website, right? You can show it to your friends. You can give it to a possible employer, right? And you can start to showcase your work, right? The hardest thing here, like any website, is simply before you start working the website, get organized. So make a bunch of folders, right? And drop there all the stuff you want to use, right? So from there, you can see, drag and drop it and create this, right? Our site is pretty simple because we're just showing our work. We're not selling anything, right? We're not asking for feedback. We're not asking for that. So it's simply a more elaborate gallery, right? That tells a story about our work and our designs and how they evolve, right? Besides showing the final images, you could also show things like diagrams, right? Sketches, right? Physical models, everything that you've done to work on this project, right? All these things tell a story, and they add to the value of your portfolio. All right, thank you very much, Jonathan. That's really nice.
Thank you.
All right, who wants to go next? Anyone else? Don't scare me that there was only 2 people in the whole class did this.
I can go next.
All right, thank you, Nor.
Second.
All right. Excuse me.
So I
Okay.
just did only one of my project. I couldn't have
Okay.
time to do it.
Graffiti
So
art, okay.
basically, yeah, this is the the entry page. I don't know how it looks like. Okay. So I just edit on this side about contact. I'm gonna change the project name, and I just put like a nickname for portfolio and just welcoming page. This
Nice.
is, and this is my kind of description. I'm architecture
Yeah, I'm an
student.
architect. Okay, good.
There's kind of logo behind that.
Isn't it New York City College of Technology?
New York City? Sorry.
Okay, small things.
Yep.
Okay.
This is what I did. So this kind of name.
I like this here, you know, a lot because you have kind of 3 sides of text, right? I know that was part of the pre-format, right? The title, description, and then something a little smaller.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, but I mean like the other categories you have here for the description, right? So this is one size text right here, right? This is the second size text, right?
Mhm.
And there's a third size text over here, right? Did you make this, or was this part of a page layout that you used to create this?
No, I did make it. I guess. Let's see.
Okay, no, I do like the idea of it. So
Yeah.
I want to maybe hear maybe why on the right side, you know, what's the difference between the bigger text and the smaller text? You know, what are you trying to showcase?
I don't know. I couldn't change that much because it's hard to change it, I
Okay.
guess, on this website. I just want to make like this one, but this doesn't give me the change.
options?
Yeah.
I mean,
doesn't-
what this does, you know, it takes something that is so simple, you know, text, you know, in a way text could be even boring, right? But because you're playing with the text that is, some of them has a bigger font, some of them it's bold and bigger and small, then it makes text interesting, right? Almost like a design project.
Oh.
So yeah, so I think it's you can always find ways to make text more interesting, right? Which is what I see here. Okay.
So this is the also kind of
Okay.
like a contact area, a contents area. So this is the location. I just site location, just introducing.
Okay.
This is the location of the site. I
Okay.
guess. This is the.
This looks really nice, you know, especially when you're looking at a website, right? And you have the black background, it really pops.
Yeah, I couldn't make like it bigger as I want, but
Okay.
Yes.
No, but it looks good, you know. I think I'm looking at it in a big screen and everything looks very clear.
yeah, and just this is the diagram. I just
Okay.
made a whole page. This is the view.
Very nice.
I'm just having a hard time to fix it. It's these things.
What are you
Let's
trying to
say,
fix?
yeah, let's say I have a, I don't know, I should be kind of title here saying the
Okay.
section perspective, but it
Okay.
doesn't show up here. I don't know why.
You could add a new section, right? And then give it there, right?
Oh.
If you see under the blue, right, you can put a new section there.
Mhm.
And then you can find a page like it gives you a title page. Like if you see here where there's a blue area, you know, it says add section in the middle of the screen.
That
Go a little,
section.
go a little higher. Keep going there.
This one?
So, yeah, click there, yes. And then look here at the different categories of sections you can pick from, right? One of those categories could be like a title page like this, or like a, yeah. And it gives you tons of all these different already pre-done, you know. This one here could be simply a title, right? You can change this to just say section or rendering or whatever you want, right? Or you can pick ones that are more elaborate for your area. So if you click down, let's say make it stand out, then just change it afterwards to the size, you know. And then right now you see how the size is very big, right? So make it that you have a lot of space between the picture. So first change that, let's see, yeah. You can't move that. So first change the text, add it to whatever you want, just make it, I don't know, section, right? Something like that. Okay. Then go on the right side.
Right side.
So, okay, so leave it like that. Now click away from there, yes. And click there, yes. And see if we can go alignment, right? Section height. Go here to medium section height or even small, right? There, go to small. To make it a little smaller. Also go to content width. Try small. Okay, so I'm moving that, okay. Content alignment, try this one here. Okay, they made it a little bit smaller, yes, towards the bottom. We can also align it, try this one here to align to the left side. Typically we always align things on the left side, yes. Background. Try the ones here. There we go. Okay, we can correct that, and also the top one. That looks better, the gap here is much better, right? Very small gap there. So that could be a nice title, page, right?
There, somehow I just lost it, I guess. Should be there. Yeah, I just put something there, but I just lost everything. Style. Yep.
I think
Yeah,
you clicked on something else, right? Or
slide content.
so yeah, a little bit sometimes gets a little confusing, yeah, but right now, because right now you're working on the image, right? You're not working on the title anymore. So that's probably why.
Yeah.
So you change for the image. But yeah, I mean, so this is pretty much a simple way to add short descriptions to you said the images. It all works by simply adding this, right? That section, right? And you can choose different sections right throughout, right? Whether it's galleries or just writing or text or paragraphs. And that's, this square page, this is how it works. It just works by you select predetermined sections, right? They give you, 10 or 20 different variations, and you mix and match to create whatever you want. Yeah, pretty much. That's where it makes it a little bit easier. But I think your work looks really nice, displayed also on the website right here.
Yeah, I just put a section, different section, and the
Okay.
name, the views, the names,
Okay.
night views, and the interior view, and I just put the slides at the end.
Okay. So you can look at more stuff. Okay. Nice.
Yeah, just put the slides at the end.
Did you try it also on the phone view, like the iPhone, or?
It looks a little different than I thought, but
It still looks, yeah, doesn't look too bad.
So
Yeah, I think it looks great. Yeah, this looks better, yeah, because it compressed everything into less rows, right?
Yeah, and just diagram, okay, this one's okay, but this one is kind of messy.
That one didn't really constrain, right? The proportions, we say.
Yeah.
Okay, but overall looks really nice.
Yep. Slide it. And I don't know how to save it.
It just saves automatically because this is saved to your account, So whatever you change here, it's always saved automatically.
Oh, okay.
There's no save button for these things. As you do things, everything gets, it's in real time. It's saving, itself.
Okay, so I can work on the other 3 maybe project. Right.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to make, if you make 1 or 2, that's already good enough for the, for the assignment, right? Just afterwards, just, do the screen captures, to bring it to the portfolio.
Okay.
All right. Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor.
Very nice. All right, let's see. All right, let me start calling some name. How about Starlin? How's it going?
I didn't make a one, but I have one before. This is the freelancing. For you can check it out. It's let me see. I can find it.
Do you want to share it or from your side or?
Let me look.
So you can show it to us?
Yep. Let me give me a second.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, see now?
Yep, I see it. Okay. So you made this before, you said?
Yes, kind of. I was trying to do some work outside,
Okay. And
and
you use which program to make it?
this is Adobe Portfolio.
Ah, okay, okay.
Yeah, basically I had the account for the school, and I just use it to make this website.
Okay, I didn't know the school had the Adobe account for Portfolio. Okay.
I make an ADR group, my logo,
Okay.
some service.
Okay. Business cards, flyers. So okay.
I also link the Facebook in the Instagram.
Okay.
Some description about
Okay.
and some of the project I do for some friends and
So this is all stuff that you've done.
yep.
So
Versus
you do like logo design, stuff like that?
yeah, the graphic design and
Graphic design. Okay, understand.
some videos.
Okay. You made the videos?
Yep.
What type of videos are they? Can I see?
Yep. Let me see. I use like let's see the name. I use a Premiere.
Okay. Adobe Premiere, right? Okay.
Yep.
So you made the introduction like that?
Yes.
Okay. Very nice,
Mhm.
I don't know how to do these things. I've never done this before. Yes, but
It's fun.
okay. Yeah, this is definitely a good skill to have.
Mhm. Also, this is the transformation for the logo for this frame. I start
Okay.
from here and I end by getting this design.
Okay,
Do the process.
gotcha. Okay, from beginning to end, right, for the logo.
Yep.
Okay.
Mhm. This is a small interior design. I also
Okay.
make the business card for them.
Oh, really? Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, great job.
This is for barbecue.
Okay.
It's more project.
No, but it's good because you're using your skills to make this. Did you learn this by yourself or in some class in school?
By myself.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, it's not really the work in this class, but
Yeah.
it would be great. This is great. Here also, this is really true. It would be great if you apply the skills to at least show in a few projects for the class, right?
Yep.
So then, yeah, otherwise, I think you should be able to do it quite easily. And this looks very nice. Your site.
Thank you.
Yeah. Any comments, guys? Here. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
So please, again, work on the site. Then show me. I mean, this is great. I know it's work that you've done. It's not really the work. But it shows that you can definitely do the work in a class, right? So,
Yep.
if you guys are really cramped with time, those things, then at least show me one project, right, in your site,
Okay.
right? Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much.
Mhm.
All right. Let's see, Julia. Do you want to try and go next?
Yes, sure, Professor. I uploaded my link in Dropbox.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, I did it, but I don't know it will be open or not.
Let's see. No, let me try. Yeah, let me give me a second to go to Dropbox. Assignment number 8.
Yeah,
Work.
my site is not perfect because I I need more work.
Okay,
for
let's see.
that.
Okay, you made the link for Adobe Explorer.
Yes.
Let me move that link to like Chrome.
Because I made that it's first time and I don't know how to do that correctly.
Okay, no problem. Let's see. Let me share what I see from my side. If not, you might share from your side. This is what I'm
Mhm.
looking right now. It looks like it's loading something here. I see page, design, commerce.
No, it's not. I just share my screen.
Let me try again to just double click the link. No, it's going
No, okay.
straight to the web. Why is it going to Wabi Design? Dropbox or two? I don't know where it's going to. Yeah.
Okay.
If you share your screen, you know, probably better. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That looks much better.
Yes, I just add some quote, and this is my top
Oh,
page.
that's a great image to start. You know, nice work. There.
Yeah, it's entry page, and that's why I took the best I.
All right. What is that? Da Vinci you put up there? I saw Leonardo da Vinci.
Yes.
Ah, that's his quote. Okay.
Yeah, just
Beauty
quote.
precious
Yeah.
in life, but it's immortal. Nice quote. Okay.
And this is the top, and here I just show my project, animation project, a little description. Okay, потом. And after that, it's about page, about me. I don't know, because I tried to add, my technical skills, but it's a lot. I don't know, it looks a lot for this page, and that's why I didn't put that. I just add my personal information and a little bit about myself.
Okay, so you went to St. Petersburg. Nice.
Yes.
Okay, in 2013.
Yeah.
Oh, you did engineering. I didn't realize that. Wow.
Yeah.
In 2013. Okay. Well, you have a lot of experience then. Yeah.
Yeah. And this is my first project, animation. I didn't put a description. I just put the pictures, and it's not organized, but because I just tried to do that, and I just need your advices. And after that, I mean,
it looks really nice. You know, the portfolio. I like, you know, in your case, I like how you made that the gray background behind the architecture portfolio. I think that really looks very nice, right? And then below that,
yeah, I played with that,
right?
Because I just click the buttons and try to do that.
All right, I think it came out nice, and I like how you have projects and you have 3 things shown there: animation, design 3 and 4, right?
Yeah, I'll add more projects, but just, you know, for this time.
That's fine, yeah.
Yeah, I just add pictures without just put the name of the image, and I didn't put any description of that image, you know, because honestly, I thought about organization of my
the portfolio.
Site.
Yeah, but like leave this here, like don't move it. This is a nice page here layout. Let's see. So like, you know, first thing I like a lot how you have this bar here in like a charcoal gray, right?
Yes.
And this really pops out. And when you go below this, the next section you have, which is here, it's, you know, white with the black, and you change the font here, you made it bigger. And then you go here. So I think it's a very nice progressive, let's say, layout, you know, would you have, you know, the hierarchy, which is the title, right? The description, and then the actual work. So you have these 3 layers that are working, you know, nicely from top to bottom.
Yes, and maybe on this picture, maybe lower, I just add a little description how to do that, how I did that, and something like that. I don't know. That's
fine. I mean, in a way, in these things, the renderings speak for themselves, right? The main thing you will put here, right, is so people, because again, these are really nice and they might look like photographs, right? So maybe you put somewhere here, created in 3D Max with V-Ray, right? So it gives a little bit more, because again, there's so many different rendering programs, right? That it's hard to tell, you know, was it Lumion, was it Twinmotion, was it in Rhino, SketchUp, you know, 3D Max. So, you know, there's too many programs. So I think that would be useful to have,
Yeah, right now I try to learn work in Twinmotion, and I want to render all my work in Twinmotion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Twinmotion is really good, yes, especially they just released a new version, I think last week, right? It's Twinmotion 2022.1, and they made a huge changed, because now they allow ray tracing, right? And V-Ray is ray tracing. So in a way, you can now start to create things that are almost identical to V-Ray. So this is a huge thing to for rendering, especially for us.
Because I have, I don't know, 2021, that one, this version. Yeah. And I don't know, maybe I try to upload a new one.
Yeah. Again, it's always free for students, right?
Yeah, it's free for students. I like that very much.
Okay, yes. All right. I think it looks great, the portfolio. I mean, you definitely did much more than I asked for. You have 3 projects here, and very well organized.
Yes,
I just like the addition of quotes. That's always nice.
Because this theme in the beginning had some quote, and I just add my
Okay.
Yeah.
Your own quote, okay.
Yeah, my own quote, my favorite one, and I don't know.
Yeah, nice. What do you guys think? Come on, guys. Don't be shy.
Yeah, maybe I need more organization, but no, it was first time.
I think it's, for the beginning, it's organized very well. I think it reads very well, especially has a very good hierarchy, right, of the space. So I think it's good.
Okay, thank you, Professor.
Thank you very much, Julia. Great job.
I just want to ask something.
Yeah,
How you change the font of the architecture portfolio?
This one?
You just click edit. Edit side here. No, not here. Maybe here. Just here, side styles, fonts. And after that, just click switch and try to change.
All right, thank you so much.
Yeah, nice.
It's really good.
Very nice, yeah, I agree.
Can I stop sharing?
Yeah, please, yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Professor.
Okay. All right, let's see. So let me ask you guys a question, right? When we make a portfolio, because I've seen some people do it, in multiple languages, right? So you can have one page that is English, right? And you can make a duplicate page of whatever you have, and then you can put it, let's say, in Spanish or a different language. Would you ever guys think that would be useful or no?
Yes, maybe. And how to do that, Professor?
I mean, yeah, I don't know if, you can always, do make a duplicate page, right, of whatever you have here. Although I've never tried to use Squarespace for a different language, right? So I don't know if they actually, allow that, they have multiple, so I will have to actually try that. Just came up to mind, like if I want to write in Japanese, do they have the Japanese alphabet, right? Or if I want to write in Russian, do they have the, the Russian, alphabet, right? But
because many sites has, I don't know, maybe many international companies has 2 languages sites, and that's why I think it's useful. And do you know how to do that?
For sure, always
because
English is the main. Yeah, for sure, English is always the main language. But and then let's say like you are from Russia, right? So you might put things in Russia, right? Somebody else might put things in Spanish, right? Because you might be working between 2 different, countries, right? So it could be something that is useful, yes. Right now, I'm not sure if Squarespace handles different languages, but Squarespace is a very simple site, right? If you ever decide to make your own professional website, then typically it's always done in multiple, languages. All right, thank you. Let's see, we got Julia, Jonathan, Faison, Jessica. Jessica, you there?
Yes, Professor.
Okay, anything to show us today? Like for your website?
No, I'm sorry.
No?
I was working on other stuff, but so I promise in the next class definitely have something to show.
All right. Alan?
Professor, I can share like some of my work.
Sure, go ahead, yeah, CG. No worries. Thank you.
Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Hey, Professor, I'm still needs a little bit more time to update my work.
For the portfolio, for the website one?
Yeah, for the website one.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right, Alan, okay.
Yeah, can you see it?
Yes, I can see it now.
Yes, but
Okay.
I don't have much time to play around this one, but I try to do as much as I can.
Okay.
Because this is the first one I try to use Squarespace, and
Okay.
I used Wix before, but I think it's almost the same thing, but something will be different.
They're very similar. Yes, they are. Yes. Very
Yeah.
similar. Yes.
Yeah, but yeah, this is the top of page. So I put the dark background, so my name and the portfolio the text can be shown a little bit.
Okay.
And then I start doing the academic work first, and then try to see the different function of the site. And then I add some text for the descriptions also.
Okay.
And this is the gallery. So I upload all the image from that project. And then I second one I use like similar but something different. I use same like big rendering for this
Okay.
one, and then later on I put the project descriptions, and this is the pictures, and also I design concept on the left side. I put the sessions, and then people can more understand the project, what's going on. Yeah, that's what I just like up to.
Okay, so this is like showing. Oh, you did everything kind of in one page, right? All the projects, right? Scrolling down.
Yes, but yeah, later on, if I add more project, I can like put the selections so that people can select whatever they want to see.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha. Okay, I think they look good. I think your designs, here, right? Especially, the one that has the kind of the with the green, right? Like the topography.
Uh-huh.
I think that will look, looks really very clear, looking it through the screen, right?
Okay.
And I also like the beginning, in your first project where you use the big image, right? As
Yes.
almost like a banner. I mean, as a background, right? So it covers the entire page from, every single. So that's, this is the good thing about websites, that you can show an image full size, right? And then, show it as big as possible. So that looks really nice.
Okay. And then I guess still have questions. See the text right here. I want to go like close than the lower image, but I cannot do that too.
You want to do what again? Sorry.
I want to move this text lower, so like something
lower,
like this.
so.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is something that Nor was doing before in his.
Yes. Yeah, I just saw it. Yeah, and then I can try it later.
Okay, so now you know. Okay, so yes, we have to play with those.
Yeah.
things
Yeah.
there.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Perfect. Okay. All right. I mean, again, like a portfolio, this is also a work in progress, right?
Yes.
Work, right? Right now, this is partially done, which is fine. Eventually, when you guys take the screen captures, you show me the final material in the portfolio, right? Somehow.
Okay. Sure.
Okay. But otherwise, it looks really good. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Let's see. What did I? CG. Scarlett, anything to show?
I'm still working on mine, Professor. My internet's down, so I can't even go on the what's it called, on the website. I'm using my phone at the moment.
Okay, all right. You have to do a little bit of catching up, right? I think with the work.
Yeah. But I got it down. Hopefully, I got it down by today or tomorrow.
Okay, I was worried that Naomi was keeping you guys too busy with
No, it's fine.
I'm always checking out her assignments.
It's fine.
Okay, all right, good. Raneem?
I'm here, Professor. I don't have my website ready
Okay.
to show you. Yeah.
Nothing even partially done, right? Nothing like all right.
I have the layout, but it's not. I don't think I'm ready to show it to you now.
Okay. All right. Okay, thank you. Christopher? Christopher,
no,
are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Anything?
I don't have anything to show right now. I do have some stuff, but I'm not home right now. I'm driving.
Okay. All right. All right. So unless I think last is Salima too.
Yes, so I'm still trying to catch up, so I can
Okay.
show you something. So I was trying to see which ones of my projects I really wanted to show,
Okay.
because I showed you before a portfolio that I have, right? I
Yes.
showed
Yes.
you this one before.
Yes.
I also have this one. So I saw that all of my portfolios are mainly about design work.
Yeah. Okay.
So I want to do the new one about my building tech work.
Ah. Okay. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's
I have
fine.
just,
Okay.
yeah. So I have put some of the work that I have done from previous semesters, and I just want to add more from this semester as well.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. So in that case, whatever you show in the website will be more for building tech, right?
So I want to show design and building tech on the
Okay.
website. Yeah. The reason I want to do a portfolio just for building tech is because I already have 2 portfolios about design only, exclusively.
Okay, that's fine. Yes, no problem with that. Yes.
Yeah.
I see that this is the work from Professor Alexander, right? Aptekar?
Yeah, this is from Professor
Yeah.
Aptekar.
Okay.
Yeah. And for the website, I have started to do something. So yeah, just trying to understand a little bit how the Squarespace work.
Okay.
So my plan is to have the name of the project, because all of my design projects have a name. I just copied the description that I have in my portfolios in my PDF. And from here, this is just a start. I'm just copying a few photographs and images that I have.
Okay. But in a way, your site is following your kind of black and white idea, right? Of the photographs, in the beginning, right? Where you have all the dark colors, right? You have the charcoal gray, and then it goes to the black and white image, and then it goes to like this, so it still has the same concept, right, of design.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Now I have a lot of drawings also on my portfolios and
Like
stuff.
sketches or?
Not, let me share. I'll show you.
Sure.
Okay, so if I show you this one, repeat layout. No, not this one. Yep, this one. I'm gonna make it full screen.
All right.
Where is it? Oh, it's here. It's here. Screen mode presentation. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm talking about just simple plans and perspectives.
Okay.
Wait, it's taking time. So these,
like
for
these, okay.
example,
Yes.
yeah, these types of plans and perspectives that I want to show in the website as well. This principally for this project.
It is really nice because the way that you're embedding an actual image with the section, that will look really nice in a website. So you're right. I think those would be very make it more dramatic.
Yeah. So, and I don't want to have these, for example, with the black and white images because they are colorful.
Okay.
So that's why I'm taking time, because I'm trying to figure out how to, in one project, embed different buttons that can guide through these sections and stuff.
Okay.
So should I have all my drawings in one place for all the projects, or should I really divide them?
Like for this online portfolio, you don't have to have there every single project you made, right? It was more like an assignment, to maybe how to use this site, right? And some of the tools. So, if you show me there 1 or 2 projects, that's more than enough, right? Of course, if you find it to be very useful, you can afterwards, keep adding stuff to the site, but don't take too much time here trying to add everything you have. If you show me 1 or 2 projects, that already shows me the skills of you kind of navigating, Squarespace and learning, how to organize the page, right? Those things.
All right, I'll do that then. Thank you.
Thank you. So otherwise, you already have some really nice portfolios, Salama too, especially the ones for design. So I think it makes sense, to focus on one that is more technical.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Again, another question. Sure. So for my building tech portfolio, right? You know how in building technology, we do the things with the title blocks.
Yes.
Did I just import those pages, which is what I've been doing so far, or should I go into the AutoCADs and Revits and really extract those
I mean,
images?
I don't know if you need those pages, to use, because in a way, I know in building tech, we learn about those pages, and how they're used and what details are shown there. But when you start going to an office, you're never gonna actually do much work there. These are already pre-made by somebody in the office. Every office has their own cover pages, and they'll give you this to use, right? So, and all you have to do is fill in, a few details, right? So you're not really making them as a design. So I don't think there's a need to show them in your portfolio. Just show the actual work, that you've done there. Yeah.
Okay. Do that. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay. Did I miss anybody? All right, guys, I just realized I forgot to take attendance today. So let me just do a very quick attendance here for you guys. So Faison is here, right? Jonathan, we spoke before. Chris is not here today. Monica?
Well, Chris Bryan?
No, Chris, wait, no. Yeah, you're right, yeah, Chris, yeah, so that's you, forget it, you are here.
Chris Bryan, I'm here, yeah.
Okay, all right, so Chris Bryan is here. Monica? All right, Monica's not here. Alan is here.
Yeah.
Starlin is here. Christopher is not. Okay, this is the other Christopher. Salimatu is here. Bernim is here. CG is here. Carlos is not. Scarlett is here. Nor is also here, and I think that's. And Jessica. Okay, Jessica is here today. Okay, good. Guillermo, I don't think I've ever seen him in class, so maybe he dropped. Julia is here. So actually we do have most of the class here. All right. Anyone else wants to show some of your portfolio work? I mean, I know that you guys, as a class, you need to do a little bit of catching up, not everyone, but some things need to be, to start to catch up. Again, we're very close to the end of the semester, right? And this last few weeks are gonna fly by pretty fast, right? So I'm just getting, I want to make sure that you guys, submit the work. Want you guys to. I don't want really anybody to fail the class. I'm doing my best to give you guys a chance to catch up and those things. And so definitely, make time to catch up with the work, right? As best as you can with this, right? The work needs to be in. By the end, the work needs to be in Dropbox, right? And I'm very clear with submitting the folders that will be shown, in Dropbox, right? So everyone should know where to submit stuff, right? I mean, if we go, where is it? If we go here, right? So we know that we have, our student folder right here. But am I sharing, right? You guys can see my screen?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So we have here the, let's see here. Here we have the class folder for students, and here we go all through. Eventually, I'm gonna check everything again here. Back to day one. We had the resume and cover letter. So, when I go here to say to student work, I want to be able to go to every single folder here. Let's say I go to Faison, and he's got here his cover letter. So I don't really need the the PSD file, which is Photoshop, right? I need only the PDF, right? So if you guys want these files, could be, you can take them out or you can save them, for now. But the main thing is I want to go to every single, everyone here and be able to see here. Like here we have, the old one and then one that's revised, right? So I can see that, CG made some changes and he made a revision, and I'm going to look at it again. So same thing when we go to every other work, the portfolio rough draft. It was only an initial submission, right? That we guys did a very partial submission of the work, and this is not meant to be a complete version of the portfolio. It's just showing whatever you had at that time, so it's okay if it's more simple, even this that we have this one, at this point this portfolio might have changed, right? You might have changed the table of contents. That's fine. That was the first version of the portfolio, so just make sure that everything is submitted there in order, right? The next assignment was the case study poster, right? Here's we started to look at those skills in Photoshop, right? And try to refine those skills for making different things, right? This is a quick recap, right? So the case study poster was there because as students, right, we are presenting our work all the time, right, to a jury, right? So, you know, a portfolio page is similar to a poster page, right? The way that things are organized, right? But it has a bigger format, right? It's shown to, you know, at a much bigger size, typically 24 by 36, sometimes 30 by 40. But if I click here, I should be able to see this, right? Let's say we have here from Sally Matu, we have her poster, right, that she made. You know, this is a great looking poster, right? And yeah, and if he decided to make a, like if he, you know, if he showed me this that day and I said, okay, it looks great, but maybe you could make this better over here, then in that case, I will be seeing here the same name and showing revision 2, right? So I know that you made a second one, and it tells me that, you know, you made some progress with this assignment, right? The next one was, this took some time, you know, this with the collage renderings, right? And this would need, you know, we did several of these things, right? Let's see, who can I don't know. So let's go place on here. This goes here first. And we started here with this, you know, the gallery, right? That was the first idea of making this together, right? I did tell you guys afterwards, you know, to once you put this into the portfolio, to tell the story, right? So, you know, show up, you know, where the things came from and then how all these things are put together, right? So that should be all here, right? Then we have the case study perspectives, right? And this is where I gave you guys all these images, right? And we started to really play with layers, right? And colors, right? And lights and how to transform a photograph, you know, either to make it night or other things that are there, right? So same thing here. Let's say Julia here. You know, Julia here has the 3 images, right? We had here the one here, right? That was great. We had the other one inside, and what was the third one? I guess similar ones, yeah. So we had, you know, those things, you know, that was part of that assignment, right?
I forgot I uploaded the wrong file.
Okay, no problem, yes. So yeah, just go back and check those things, right?
Because I had that things in Mirrorboard.
Okay, yes. So yes, don't forget to bring it back over here afterwards. Same thing applying to the whole class. So ideally, this is what I want to see here, right? You know, let's say check Jonathan here. Good, he's got here 3 images, right? These should be JPEGs, you know, they could be PDFs, but, you know, I'm okay with JPEGs. And we have these things that look great, right? So this is just the image combined, which that's what I expect to see, you know, in the number 5, the case study perspective. Then we did project renderings. That was kind of taking these skills in project 5, right? And applying them to something you did, right? Something personal from your design class. So let's see if I go here and let's see, Alan, we have here, we have okay, looks like 6. Okay. And, you know, I remember this one, Alan, was very simple, basic. I did tell Alan to, you know, go back and make some, you know, some things better. Okay. So, you know, it's always your choice if you want to go back and make things better, or you can leave it as it is, you know. Let's see here. What else? Face on. Okay, so face on is empty. So again, if this is empty, then that means that assignment, you know, it's not, you're not getting any credit for that assignment. So don't forget to always go back and just check back in your folders, you know, make sure that what you have is there. Something Salima too, right? It might be that you put things in Mirrorboard and you forgot to put them here. So please take this time, you know, to check every single folder you have, right? Because I don't want you guys to get minus points because you forgot to submit something that you definitely already had, you know, before, right? I mean, nor also nothing here. So it looks like no one submitted here. And I know you guys did because I saw it in the Mirrorboard. So please check back on this and make sure it's submitted where it needs to be, right? Then we have the detailed portfolio section. This is where we showed, you know, a revision of the portfolio, right? And here I asked for a cover page, a table, contents, and your first project shown in the portfolio, right? So if we go here, let's say we go again to, all right, so we have here, you know, let's say face on, detailed draft. Okay, that was great. You have a cover page. a work in progress table of contents, and a project, right? So this is ideally what I want to see for here, right? And what's the other one you have here? So like this one, combined work, really big file, 240 megabytes. And this is, this is the other part that I said, is tell the story for these ones, right? How did you make this? So this is meant to be, again, for the portfolio, right? So once you make the portfolio, make sure these things are like this. Just face down if you can, try to compress this file, right? It's really, really big, 240 megabytes. And this should be there, hopefully, for everyone else in class. Starlin also there. Here's the cover page. I said, you were missing the table of contents. So, if you're gonna make those corrections, make sure you leave this here, copy the same name, and just put revision 2, right? If I don't see a revision, that means that whatever this is whatever I'll give a grade 2, right? And you see how fast the semester's flying. This was a current project, right? So ideally here in student work, right, what you put in here is, if you are able to drop a link to the site is nice, but again, links eventually they get broken, right? So the best way here to document your work for the website is, once you're done, just take screen captures of the site, right? Do a Control P, right? Or use like a screen capture software and just put here, all the screens of your stuff, page 1, page 2, and then those screens eventually will be added to the portfolio, right? As a project, right? So I do want to see here in everyone's folder, their screen captures of their website, right? Is that clear? For you guys?
Yes.
Okay. I'm trying to just make sure I don't forget anything. I know there's today a couple people absent that they asked me to record the class, and just in case they, and you see we're down to pretty much 2 things, right? The final portfolio, right? That's kind of a build up. So here we had our first thing with the portfolio, here we had the portfolio rough draft. Then we did another variation here, detailed portfolio, right? And now eventually here, you're gonna put here in this folder your final portfolio. That's going to include all the work for this class, that we done, and other, other project that you chose to, to put there. It could be your design 1, design 3. That just shows me that, that shows me how you laid out the portfolio, right? So definitely the portfolio will include all the work from the past here, right? Plus any work that you want to add from another different design class. And, and that will have your final cover page, your final table of contents, and all your, layouts, right? All right. So this again is a work in progress. This portfolio we are going to present on December 17th, right? That's the last class. That day, you guys will, each of you will show this, and we'll see again all the work for the semester as one presentation, right? The next project that we have here, so this class always has a group project, right? So the group project, always worked okay. It actually worked pretty good, when we were in school, right? Because you guys are there working together, right? And because the site of the project is the school, right? It's City Tech, right? So I want to ask you guys, how do you feel, working in a group? It could be 2 or 3 people in a group, right? I know being remote is more hectic. Being a group is less work than doing the whole thing by yourselves, right? But seeing in class here, people tend to be absent, quite often, right? So I don't want to put like too much, so are you guys up to doing it by yourselves? We can try to make it simpler, the project, right? Or would you like to work in a group? It could be with typically 3 people, right? For the group. What are your thoughts?
I guess for me, I probably need to know how big is the project.
Okay.
In order for me to see if I can actually work in a group, so that way I don't have to hold anybody accountable or anything.
Yes, that's always the hardest thing, working in a group. Yes. Do you guys still go to the campus, City Tech? Are you guys there at least once a week or
No.
No.
no? So nobody's taking any class on campus?
Oh.
No?
No, not anymore.
I thought you guys were, that was okay. Well, in case, the school is open, right? You could go there for one day, and look at something and come back, right? But all right, so in that case, let's talk about it, but let's first take a 10-minute break, we'll come back, and then let's discuss in detail, and I'll give you guys some samples, right, from last semester regarding this group project, so you guys can get an idea of the extent, what things, I expect you guys to make, and we can refine those details as we go. So, let's take a break and we'll come back in about 10 minutes. All right.
Yes.
Professor.
All right, guys, thank you. All right, let's see if we can continue here and just talk about this project, right? Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
All right, so let's see. Okay, so let me share my screen again and we'll go over some of the details. All right, let me close some of this stuff. And let's look also at some, I'll show you what was done last semester, right? So you guys can look at the work from the last students, and last semester, I think, yeah, they did all, yeah, obviously it was remote last semester, but we see, and it was already made a little bit simpler, but let's see here. So portfolio, final portfolio, group project, right? So let's look at the, it's not here, so look at my site. Group project here. All right, so it's not a big project, right? So all right, so the idea of the project here, if you guys can see here, right? It is a design project, right? Very simple one, yeah. And the idea is to design a small exhibition space where students can showcase their work. They can showcase portfolios. They could showcase models, right? It's like an in-house exhibition space for us, right? Something that really we don't have in Voorhees, right? We do have a small exhibition space when you come into Voorhees on the right side, that little space. And when we used to be there in school, I used to manage that space and try to have, students' work showcased there, as much as possible. It could have been models or renderings or portfolios, right? All these things were shown there. So the students are asked to take part in the design competition for an installation to exhibit the portfolios generated in class, right? So in this case, again, it's we're just imagining all these things, but imagine that we're gonna take the portfolios, or and they're gonna be showcased in a space, right? Students will be assigned to teams of 3. Ideally, this is how we always do it. In a typical semester, we might have 18 students. I think we have much less this semester. So it could be groups of 6. Each team will be responsible for generating a design proposal, a budget, and a schedule for fabricating the installation. So these are all things that we'll discuss. Each team will be present their design in class. And a winning entry will be selected by the professor based on the design, right? Fabrication, again, these things, fabrication is tough now because obviously, we're not in school. So we'll kind of make up some things here, budget, ideally, things that are off the shelf. We're not doing anything like crazy custom, right? And devise some type of schedule, right? Imagine you have 3 people, right, working, one person could be working on the budget, one person could be working on the design, one person used to be working maybe on the fabrication, right? And you can put, imagine a budget that you're gonna give to somebody, right? So the person in charge of the competition, right? You're working for them, right? Imagine the school hired you to design a competition, right? So your client is the school, right? And you have to give the school, a schedule. When are you going to start the project? What are you going to do? And how long is it going to take you, right, to finish the project? So you need to create a very simple budget for that, right? And budget, right? You have to tell, your client how much it's going to cost, right? And what things you're going to need. You might say I'm gonna need 18 posters, 18 shelves, a bunch of wire to hang some stuff. I'll need some lights, some bulbs, you want to make, a budget, right, of things that you need to make this, right? And we're not really going, something like very fancy. We tend to do as simple as possible, right? Right. We have here project information, right? So ideally, we've had always 3 different sites, right? We have the entry lobby of the Voorhees Hall, right? That's that big lobby, right? When you guys come in, there's the A floor hallway, right? That's the space that we currently have for pinning up, like poster. Right? There's like, I think I had Tiffany had it set up, but there was like a pin up 1, 2, 3, back and forth on the, the hallways, right? On the A floor, and the 3rd floor hallway, which I can't remember what it looks like right now. I don't think I ever go to the 3rd floor. So I think we're between like these 2, and I'm leaning towards the A floor because it's a space that we know the most, right? We're always there, and even though we haven't been there in some time, I think we know what it looks like, right? For the most part. So you'll be responsible for generating plans, elevations, 3D models of this space, right? So I mean, these plans, I know we're not there to measure, right? If you guys are able to go to school, and measure, that'll be great. And I know you guys can definitely go to the A floor. You guys also know the A floor pretty well, right? So we can define, a space to use, right, for that. Project program, right? So the exhibition is meant to house 18 portfolios, right? So you need to display, you need to design a way to display these portfolios. Are they against the wall, right? Are they hanging? Are they on shelves? You're going to design how the portfolios are going to be showcased, right? Also, the house, also you guys can use you can imagine that they could use a projector to display like an e-portfolio, right? Let's say like somebody's website, right? So also that could be used to project, right? The budget, right, is not that much, right? $200, right? So what can you buy with $200, right? You can buy some, some wire. You can buy some foam board, chipboard. Imagine, right? Again, this is a pretend budget, right? If it's a little higher, a little less, I would say just, let's not go over $500, right? As a pretend budget, right? We don't have unlimited costs, so let's try to make it as realistic as possible, right? So imagine if you say your budget is $500, what can you do with that amount, right? What things can you buy? What things can you afford, right? And those things you're going to be showing to your client, right? You're going to say, like the client's going to tell you, okay, my budget is $500. You're going to come back to the client and say, this is my proposal for this project. In order for me to design a something to display 18 portfolios, I need this, right? And you have to list how much each of these things is going to cost, right? You can simply just, you can find costs by, I don't know, you can go on Home Depot, Lowe's, art stores. You don't really have to go to any store. You can use those things as numbers for things that you think you're going to need, right, for this, right? Submission. So we have like 3 different submissions, right? Let's see here. Did I make this right here? So December 6th. Let's see. I think I need to correct this, but it's not December 6th. I think it's December 6th. This must be from last semester. So today is the 12th, right? Yeah. Right, this is for next. One second, let me correct this before I give it to you guys. This is not December 6th. This is December. Next week, right? November 19th. The text changed, but that's fine. 1 second. All right, so that's pretty much next week, right? The 19th, the next class, right? All right, so you have to generate an Excel sheet, right? You guys know how to use Excel for the most part?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. You have to format, a letter, right? So a letterhead, with a team name, right? So imagine you're, define your, and by team, it could be like a company. You can say our team is called this, right? And our team members are this, this, and this, right? If you want, you can make up a company name. That's not a big deal. Names and titles of each of the members, right? So let's say we have 3 members, right? You might say member 1 is the designer, right? Member 2 is what? What could we have in a small project as team members? Come on, guys, think about an office. What things do we have? We have the designers, we have project managers. What else? Anything come to mind? Nothing? Julia, what do you think?
No, engineers, because for big projects.
Again, this is something we're kind of pretending, but just trying to make it as real as possible, right? So, you might say, I have 3 members. 1 member is going to be the designer, 1 member is going to be the project manager, and 1 member is going to be the
structure engineer.
Maybe, yeah. So
like
maybe it could be maybe you have 2 designers, designer 1, or they could be a lead designer. It could be intern. You figure out those titles, right? And again, this is all in the letter. This is a letter that you're going to give to your client, right? So this letter is going to give to this client. It's going to introduce your company, who's working in your company, what are their titles, right? You can make up some contact information, right, for each member, right? Again, don't use your personal cell phone or address. Just make up some numbers, right, for this, right? Itemize responsibilities for each team member. So if you say you're the designer, right? What's the designer's? What do they do? What's part of their job? Give me some things.
Maybe one has to figure out how much the material costs.
That'll be more like the project manager, I would say.
Maybe design concept or something.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah. So the designer could be design concept, right? Ideas for the project, these things. If you have a project manager, he's probably in charge of budget, right? Where do you find the materials? How they're going to be used, right? And then you might have also a builder, right? The builder's job will be to figure out how things go together, how they get installed. Again, how to use the materials that the project manager maybe found, right? And in the end, they all work together, right? So you have to kind of think about these things. And then you can make up a schedule for each member, right? You can make up due dates, how much time you think you'll be spending on this project. This is why I would use Excel. So you might say the designer, his job, the designer's job is to create a concept, right? This concept then gets passed along to the project manager, who after reviewing the concept defines that we need to have this materials, right? Once he defines that we need these materials, then this gets passed to the builder, right? And the building will then figure out where to get the materials and how to put them together, right? And it typically goes from the designer to the project manager to the builder, right? So you can kind of figure out, make up these things. And this here is so in a format. Let's see here. It'll be, one thing is the Excel sheet, right? Where things, where you can put due dates. And one thing is the letter that will introduce the team to the client, right? And your client is going to be the architecture department, right? So you can put client to be Department of Architecture, New York City College of Technology, right? That's your client, and the rest would be your team, right? So we have a few key dates, right? So team design proposal due date will be the first pass, so that's be, and I want to do next week because then we have Thanksgiving break, and then then time really flies pretty fast, right? So ideally, after we discuss these things, maybe a first pass of the idea, you guys will have Thanksgiving break and the next week to start to work on this, right? So when you guys come back, we have the first revision, right, which is December 3rd, where you guys present what you have, like any client, you might give the client multiple presentation, right? You might present one day and the client might say, I don't like this design, maybe change this or fix this. Okay, you go back to the table and you come back and you make a new, design, a new presentation, right? All these things is how, I go through these things all the time with my clients, right? I'll come here, I'll make a presentation. They might like this, they might not like this. Okay, I go back to my office, make some changes. Next week, go back again, and it's all kind of a back and forth until we all like what we have, right? And we're all happy with, our designs, right? And then, we have, our final presentation with drawings, right? On December 10th, right? that'll be the class before the class before our final class, which is the 17th. And that's when you present your portfolio, right? And in the portfolio, you want to also include all your work for this project, right? And for the again, all these things are really based on your skills, right? But you can use whatever skills you have, right? Whatever you've learned in class, whatever you learned in any other class, whatever program you want to use, right? Where it says here 3D models, right? You can do whatever you want. If you're good in Rhino, then use Rhino. If you're good in Revit, use that. If you're good in 3D Max with V-Ray, then use that, right? This is just taking whatever skills you have. I'm not gonna say that you have to use this software, right? That's really up to you guys. You do have to make simple plans, right? Nothing fancy, elevation, sections, right? Using a combination of different programs, and this is kind of using what we did in class, mostly in Photoshop, right? All these things we did, with the building, right? And putting a different color sky, we added people, things, those skills, to kind of make your elevations and sections come to life, because you don't want to show simply a simple line drawing of the elevation. You want to show an elevation, and there, just like the gallery space, you can show samples of portfolios on the wall, right? So you can use those. So the idea of the gallery project that we did before, when I give you guys a blank space, right? That kind of comes back and connects to this, right? You have the same thing here. You're making a gallery space, in the hallway, right? And you have a blank canvas, right, of space, and you are there going to showcase different work. So you can use your skills in Photoshop to showcase different portfolios or renderings or images on the wall, depending on your design, right? You can use whatever programs you want, Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, all these skills you have. Yes, so this is, again, going back to those renderings we did in class. Photo montage using your proposal, right, installed on the side, right? Ideally, if you, the best way this works, is either trying to find a photograph, or do a very simple 3D model of the space, and the last here, an idea of how do you build it, right? Like assembly detail, right? Again, this is why typically a team works better, right? And this project is not meant to take up all your time. It's not meant to be a design, like design 5 or something that requires all these things. It's meant to tie all the assignments that we've done in class, and put them together into you actually now having to work with somebody, which is always happens in, in an office, right? And you proposing something to a client, right? And then using all your skills to showcase this, right? What do you guys think? How does it sound?
So I'm just thinking, if
Yes.
we happen to do this individually, how would the assignment change? Because this format is team oriented.
Yes, kind of team. Yeah, I mean, this is why I put it there, just because of we did lose some students this semester in class. There's about 3 that we lost, so the class became smaller, right? So ideally, I think it still works better as a group project, right? And I think we'll become very efficient at working in Zoom, right? In these things, right? So let me show you guys some samples here, right? Of of some things from last semester, right? So, or at least from this one from 2020, but so here are 6 different things that were done. Again, these were groups of 3, right? So let me start with this one here. So this group here is called BJJ Architects, right? It was Brian Gonzalez, Jamal, and Jonathan Doan, right? So that was their makeup name, right, for the project. So this is what I mean by a simple Excel sheet, right? They made here contact, right, information, schedule. So here's the first person. Jamal was given he's the project manager. Here's a makeup. And again, these should be made up emails, right, and made up numbers, right? So that's his contact, right? This is because when you give it to the client should be able to know the members, their numbers and emails in case he wants to reach out to them, right? Okay, and then this Excel here is for Jamal. His objectives are team design proposals, due date December 6th, assigned tasks, 3D modeling, proposal site, concept ideas. It's gonna take him 3 hours to do this, roughly, right? He also has to do project materials, construction budget. His due date is December 13th. Assembly details. What's up? Okay. That will take him 4 hours to make. So you cannot tell the client this is going to take you 3 hours to do, right? And this is the task for Jamal. Next one, Brian Gonzalez. He took the task of being the builder or the contractor, right? And he's again, he's got the same dates, September 6th, 13th. So we all have the same dates. It's just what things we have to do for those dates. He's got to do spreadsheets, concept ideas. It's gonna take him 2 hours. Material budget, list and cost, drawings, 4 hours. Presentation booklet, 4 hours. Last, we have the designer, which was Jonathan. Again, same things. He's got develop concept, models, drawings, sketches, develop 3D models, drawings, photo montage, 2 hours, 5 hours, and 3 hours. That's, so the client has an idea how long this is going to take. Next, they pick the 3rd floor hallway, right? And, I can give you guys this if it helps you out, because I don't expect you guys to go there and try it. Again, I'm not familiar too much with the 3rd floor. I know there's a little cavity here, but first they show drawings of the existing 3rd floor, and they made a very simple 3D model, right? And they have actual photographs of that space, as it exists before they do any modifications. Here is their concept idea, right? So something geometric, right? Again, like a design project, you might have a concept board, right? That's their concept ideas for this. This is a 3D model they made, of the concept, right? Having these, forms with some type of tensile structure there, right? And then they show here as again, this is going back to the Photoshop, skills, right? The left side shows where they're going to be installed, these kind of shapes, right? And then the right side shows a little bit of Photoshop skills, showing people there interacting with these things they made, right? Then this is showing the same thing, a section, right? Showing how these shapes might look, an elevation of this 3D model, a photo montage, right? Like we did in class, right? Of in this case, it's a photograph. No, actually no, it's a 3D model they made of the site, showing their installation and people interacting with these things, right? And you see that these things are meant to house portfolio booklets, right? That can be exhibited throughout. Another image showing how here also they put their projector, right? I assume it's projecting to this blank wall, right? And you can see some of the portfolios here. Again, they're added simply as Photoshop layers, right? Different booklets, right? Of the space, and people, of course, interacting with this. Last, this is their project material, and they spelled material wrong, and construction budget, right? This is really what I mean. Their budget was $200, right? So, okay, they need 1/2 inch by 10 inch PVC. So they visualize these things as being pipes, simply just, PVC pipe, right? So they need 52 pipes. Where they're gonna buy them? Home Depot. They cost $1.58 each. Total, they need $82. They need M3D, micro 3D filament ink. Okay, that's that. They can buy it at Blick Art Materials. Green fluorescent acrylic, which is this stuff over here. They need 6 pieces. Canal Plastic sells them. Budget here is 46. So again, and in the end, their overall budget is between 174 and 189, way under that $200 budget. And here they're showing. So again, this goes back to when I asked you guys to break apart your Photoshop final image, right? So you had the image of the evening sky with the people, and I said, okay, for the portfolio, I want you guys to show me a page that tells a story of all these things that make up the image, right? So here it is, right? This filaments, this thing here, the wire, the bolts, these things, all these things make up the the parts of the final project, right? And the last thing is here is how do you put it together, right? Well, you take this PVC pipe, they maybe snap together, very simple way of how you connect or how you plan to make these things right here. So these are meant to be snapped together. These are just renderings, a bunch of other renderings here. They did make a physical model for this, which you guys don't have to make, so we can eliminate the physical model thing. And that's it, that was one team's project, right? Let's look at, I picked out a few that were, I think, good. The next team here was Cik Group Proposal. This is their name, right? We have, again, Cynthia, junior architect designer, Ishelle, senior designer, and Kevin was design and construction consultant, and there's their contact, right? So again, you guys to choose the format for those things, right? Design narrative, this is like conceptual idea. Here's the other thing they had, like before, the other team did it in an Excel sheet. They did it a different way. It's still good, we have, the dates, right? We have the team members, the jobs of every member and how long it's going to take those members to complete their task, right? And here they put as needed, just maybe take more or less time, right? That's one option for this. They chose the same thing, I think. No, this is the, if you guys, when you come into Voorhees, right, and you cross the security guard, on the right side, this is a small gallery, right? This is where I used to manage when I was there. I used to have here all the time exhibitions here. Do you guys know this space in the school? It's like a glass wall here, right? And it's a nice gallery space, yes. So that's that space, it's much smaller, right? And this is the, this is existing. That's what they intend to do with the exhibition somehow. I would say the other thing was a little bit clearer with the design proposal, right? Rendered section. So, okay, they have all these things happening in the walls. This is a nice isometric view, right, of showing. So again, what they're doing here is making different shelves, right, where you can house portfolios, right? So they could be housed here or here or here, and somebody can walk in there and just browse different works. Again, this is all 3D modeling that they made. Different rendering. This is pretty good, their assembly, they chose to do it as a sketch, which is also not bad, you can do that also. I would say this I would say is probably not the clearest assembly concept, right? Oh, again, this is more like a conceptual idea. Another idea here, this could be sketches, which is fine. Sorry. They had 3 concept ideas. Render how they're put together, of the idea 1, 2, and 3. This was their project cost, right? The same thing, a display table, because they have 3 parts, right? They have this component, and this one here. So let's say the display table, they need sanded plywood, base plate, schedule, all these things. They put here who makes it, the company, the function of the object, the cost, how many they need, and the total cost, right? Same thing for the other things that are there, and they came in at a little bit more than the budget, right? 328, which is fine, right? And that's it. This was with their project, right? That was for this team. The next team here is GP, sorry. GP Portfolio Installation. And this was actually 2 members. It was Gabriel Torres and Pooja Parma. And again, they had their contact details there. They have, I prefer the other teams. There were, I think, more, if I was a client, the other things show me more work, They have Gabriel here as a spreadsheet design. I don't know what his job is. I don't know his title, so that's important. Plan sections, PowerPoint, 15 hours, so same thing there. Not really specific as to what they're doing. Materials, shredder machine, steel and metal, 1-320. Again, this, if I saw this as a client, it'll be very confusing. So this wasn't really a good project, I would say. Machine, I guess this is the machine they plan to buy, a shredder machine. Not sure why. Extrude plastic beams. Okay, they picked the this is the Voorhees hallway, right? So this is our A floor right here, and this is pretty much all the space we have along the hallway. So they're using up these empty areas as the display areas. And I mean, I put this here so you guys can see different levels of the project, right? This wasn't really I would say that good. It could have used more time, or more planning for this project. But they're showing here the sections, or showing the how these things get installed. This is actually pretty good, at least here, things start to become clear. I can definitely imagine this being the A floor, right? And they're making some type of frames to house the portfolios, right? The people are just Photoshop, right? And that was it, that was their final. As a client, I would say that I would still have a lot of, questions regarding what the project's about and, and these things. HHC was the next team, right? Let's see. So again, also, this is why we take this class, presentation is very important, right? And then here they go from this, right, to this, so, as a first image, it's a lot to take in, as a client, right? I'm looking at all these things happening here, and, the lettering is not that easy to read, right? For the project, we were given a budget of 200, right? And I guess they want to be environmentally friendly, so they're using recycled bottles to create something, right? Here they have their budget, which is very simple, right? They use also the 3rd floor for this. Here's the plan. Here's the axonometric of the bottles, right? And I guess the bottles are gonna be used to create a wall, and that wall is gonna be able to hang different portfolios from the wall, right? This is actually a nice rendering here. I like it, the use of color, right? How the bottles can be used to hang different, portfolios. Actually came out pretty nice. It's a nice conceptual rendering. And that's it, I don't see really work about us. Oh, actually, I do see here assembly, right? How they tend to put this together, right? How the bottles come together. So yeah, not too bad. This is the other group, JAB, right? Group. That was Jing Fang, Ambro, and Brian Suniga. So this is a nice opening, right? So, I mean, their concept was the PlayStation, right? Not sure how that related to architecture project, but, that was their, the colors, some of those diagrams there. They have, again, here, the team members, right? Dates and materials, right? I still feel the first two were the most precise, projects, right? These are still, if I say 6.94, what is that? Cents, dollars, it has to be a little bit more precise with these numbers. So their concept was the PlayStation controller. Again, always check spelling. And they were using the symbols for the design, right? Which is, I guess, it's not bad. The colors, it's kind of interesting, these things. And they use that as a way to create display areas for the portfolio, right? Again, things like this, I love Nintendo, doesn't really relate. If I was a client and I said, I need to design a installation to showcase portfolios, and you come back to me and say, this is based on the Nintendo, but then this is based on the PlayStation. So it doesn't, the concept is not there for me. I like the idea, but just that I don't see how it relates to, what the client asked for. And again, we have renderings here, a plan of the A floor. This actually looks really nice. This is a elevation showing all the different areas of display. And again, this is also pretty good. The assembly, wood ceiling display, ceiling hooks. There should be hook, wires, clippers. And that's it. I still need something for assembly from them here. That they didn't really finish that. But it's very visually, it's very captivating. It's very colorful. And the last one here is MJK. Michael, Jaden, and Karen Vasquez. So this is, a little bit more precise than the other ones, right? Names, schedule of dates, right? Hours, concept idea. That's always good. You always want to start with a client, show them your idea, the concept where it came from. This could definitely be a sketch. Material budget, right? That's fine, precise. I know exactly the item, how much it costs, how many I need, and the total, right, of this. Grid system they had, I guess, part of their conceptual idea. A plan of, again, when I say the A floor hallway, doesn't mean you have to use the entire hallway, right? You can just pick a segment of the hallway and to focus on that area for the exhibition, right? The drawings are not as clear, right? But this is better, right? Nice 3D rendering that shows a concept of their idea, right? That's actually a nice section showing people interacting, with their installation. Assembly, that's fine. And this is nice. That's like because here, these are all individual, let's call them flowers, right? Where you can display your stuff, interaction here, how it's put together, and then just one focused detail of how this flower element can be used, right? Student name in the middle, description, image, drawings, whatever you have, So it'll be one, let's say one of these things per student, right? and you're trying to display, let's say 18. And then, they went ahead, they actually built a concept of their idea, right? And they had all these things here. Had a great shot, showing the people interacting with their ideas. Again, here, we discussed putting people, again, adding shadows, all these things that we did before in class. And that's, the project. What do you guys think? Was that clear for you guys to better understand the project?
Yeah.
So it's not really a lot. It's fun to put all your skills together into something conceptually small, right? So, and I think it still works better as a group, right? I mean, today, a few people, I got emails that they couldn't make it today because of internet problems or other things. So, but I want you guys to start working on this kind of right away, because next class, I want you guys to have like, where is it? Oh. Like this, that, the team, like a title of your company, the members, this, the contact information for the members, and it's already some conceptual ideas, right? Like this, So, I mean, this is it's like any project is a work in progress, right? We'll talk about, you guys, and again, you pretend that I'll be the client, right? And I'm trying to hire a company, right? So I said to this company, proposal, and then you guys are all gonna propose your ideas to me, right? As a client, right? So next week you guys present to me, right? And you're gonna, make like, a proper presentation, right? Including, who you are, right? Your company name, who are your members, what they do, and each of you would, talk about your skills and those things, and maybe start to present a conceptual idea, right? So the first thing is conceptual idea, right? And the idea gets evolved, to the next phase, right? So that's kind of the idea of this project, right?
Professor,
Yes.
can you either like the gallery space or this space or the A4?
So you guys can choose. Yes, I'm actually okay. There's 3 areas you can choose from, right? So yeah, so we have the Voorhees lobby, the little space. We have the 3rd floor here, and we have the 8th floor space, right? I think, the one thing that maybe we, to make it a little bit simpler here is that I know it's still, you guys can go there and measure, right? Like this space, right? So I think what maybe makes more sense, will be to use the 8th floor space, right? Because the 8th floor space is pretty much where is my drawing tool? It's, it's a long, let's say, if I draw here, right? This is the hallway, right? And the 8th floor, right? Obviously we have some doors here, but let's say that, you're hired to design a section of the 8th floor, right? So let's say that, that Tiffany and other people, they have arranged different areas for us to present, right? So let's say that here we have one area, let's say one section of area that we're gonna use to present, right? And we can define a size for this, right? Do you guys know exactly how big they are, those areas to present on the 8th floor? Or
no, not really.
no, but so, I mean, does anyone here want to work on the 3rd floor? Just to be clear, because you guys, if you want, you can do that. Yes. So I think, yeah, go ahead.
I personally never went on campus. I transferred to City Tech last fall and
really?
everything was closed. Yeah.
Okay, so that's okay. So in that case, let's make it, let's make it like that. So imagine this is the 8th floor right here. And how wide is the hallway here, the 8th floor? Take a guess. You guys have been there a couple of times, right? More?
You said the 8th floor?
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys hang out there, have lunch, sit on the side.
15 feet wide. Well, you mean like the length or like
from here? Yeah, from here. Let's say from
I
here.
think it's 8 feet.
10 to 15. I'm guessing. I guess.
Okay, so let's make it 10, right? So let's make the width be 10 feet, right? Like this, and let's make our area that you have to work with, be, let's say, like this. It'll be 30 feet, right? Which is the from here to here, right? That's your work area, right? Which is this here. And if I do draw here a very simple section, right? So let's say this is the ground, this is the wall, the ceiling, the wall here. We know this is here is 10 feet, right? How tall is the ceiling of the 8th floor? You can probably guess from here, right?
About 8 feet.
Yeah, I mean, you can see here, this is a door, right? Most doors are roughly under 7 feet, right? And a little more. So yeah, we're gonna say it's an 8-foot ceiling, right? For that here, right? And then here, along here is your display area, right? Along this wall here. So if you're a person, you're looking this way right here, right? So this is our display area for you guys to design your, so it'll be an exhibition mounted on a wall, right? Your wall is gonna be like this, right? It's gonna be 30 feet by 8 feet, right? That's your workable space, you know, it's a vertical wall. And this is a, you know, this is a plan right here, right? Right. So we can do it, you know, simple, you know, more kind of more generic, right? Of this, you guys can make a simple 3D model of this, right? Where you can showcase your designs, right? They're based here. Again, they don't have to be flat. They could be, you know, ideally they're more 3-dimensional. Kind of, they're maybe something's happening here, something's coming out. You know, I don't know. It could be different panels of displays. You know, that's part of you. This is more like the elevation here. I can draw here. And this is like a section, let's say here, that shows the width, 10 feet, height 8 feet. This is your workable area, right? So this is your display area. And the rest, you know, you would do it, you know, just like the like this. So if you want, guys, I will add these 5 sample projects to your share folder. So if you guys, you can see them as an example, right? And help you kind of develop your own designs, right? Right, yeah. So that should be also helpful for you guys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
So I mean, yeah, and making it very simple. So I mean, ideally, I'm recording all this in a video, so you guys can go back and look at it again. These are the main things for the project, right? Next week, you guys will present, you know, the first conceptual ideas alongside with those Excel sheets, you know, of your budget, right? And how long, you know, and who's doing what, you know. So that you can look at, you know, some of these sample, you know, projects, right? That the hardest thing I would say here, the hardest thing from everything is defining the groups, right? Because from our class, you know, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I think 15, but there are people that I haven't seen in a while, so I don't know if they dropped the class or not. So from today's class, you know, right now we have how many students present today? So let's do what we can today, and then we'll finish the class here, so we are clear. So I see right now we have 11 students present today. 2 of them sent me an email, so that's 13 that couldn't make it today, right? Anybody right now have any sense of teams that they want to work on?
No.
Do you guys want to, should I pick teams or like now, or you guys want to do this right now here?
I think you should pick now.
All right, let's see. Let's see here. All right, so we have ideally that, you know, the ideal team should be 3 people, right? So today we have 11, right? Students. Let's see here. Let me sorry, my daughter's learning sight words, so I've been printing her out for learning sight words. Okay, let's do it here. So let's go here, make it big as possible here. You guys can see I'll save this also for my thing. Team 1, right? All right, anybody want to be the, make a team? Yeah. Do you guys know each other?
No.
Oh.
No? All right, so let's mix it up. So, okay, so let's say I'm looking here at my list, right? Okay, I'm gonna start. I see Alan as my first person there, right? Alan, you wanna pick a member or?
Yeah, it could be up to you, Professor. I don't mind.
And you give me all the hard work. Okay, so I guess we gotta mix it up. Okay, Alan. Anybody wanna work with Alan? Okay. Scarlett, do you wanna work with Alan?
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Okay, that's 2, 3. Who else wants to work here? Okay, I'm looking and going through my list. How about Starlin? Starlin, you there?
Yeah, Professor.
So you're looking at the screen, right? I'm gonna put you in team 1, right?
Professor, you're not sharing the screen.
Oh, I'm not. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. So here's let's say team 1. Let's see where now I have to see my. Here we go. Okay.
Okay.
Starting. I think that's yeah. Team 2. Let's go to who's my next on my list. Face on. How about Jessica? Are you there, Jessica? Face on, are you there? Face on.
Yes, I'm there. I'm
Okay,
here.
good. Thank you. Jessica, are you there? Jessica? Okay, let's put it for now a question mark there. Okay. Who's next on my list? Jonathan?
I'm here.
Okay, so I'll put you down here, right? All right, let's see here. Team 3, let me see, we go down to Noor, right? Noor?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, let's see who's next on my list. How about Salima too?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay, so I'll put you there, and we need somebody else. Who do we have here? CG?
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
It's funny because the 3 of us are taking a lot of classes together.
Oh, you are? Oh,
Yeah.
okay, so good. Okay, I have good team building skills. All right, let's see. So I know that we're missing today. And they told me they'll look at the video, so hopefully they'll catch up with this. But let me just start with people that are here. Who haven't I called today? Okay, Julia. Okay.
Yeah, Professor.
Okay, Julia, who's left here? Ranim?
Yeah, me.
Okay, Ranim. Okay. Did I miss anybody in class? Okay, we're missing today from class because she's couldn't make it. Is Mariam? Who else couldn't make it to the class today? And Zoe. She said she had internet problems today. So let's see here. Julia and Radim, do you guys prefer to work with any of these 2 people here, Mariam or Zoe?
I don't know, Mariam or.
All right, so let's put Mariam. If you're not here, I guess you get to choose. Okay, we'll put Mariam here. And okay, so let me just do a check. Faison as a team. Jonathan is there, right? Oh wait, he's not. Yeah, he is there.
Yes.
Chris. Okay, Chris, right? Okay, I'm still missing Christopher. Chris, right? Sorry. Are you there, Chris? Chris, are you there? Okay, there's gonna be a team of people that are not here. I don't know. Team. This is 4. Okay, I'm gonna put here Chris. I know he was there before in class. I don't know what happened. This is Chris. Chris Bryan. Because it's 2 Chris. I'll put also here Zoe because I know she's coming to class. She's just not here today. Okay, Monica. Monica, you here? You guys ever talk to Monica? Okay. She's never been absent before, so I hope that she hasn't left the class. Okay, Mariam, we have it. Alan, are you? Okay, you're already in a team. Starling, you have a team. Christopher, the other Christopher, are you here? Okay, so this is good. Christopher. Christopher, Sally Matu has already has a team, right? Yes, Raneem's got a team. CG is in a team. Carlos, I think he dropped the class, so I haven't seen him in a while. Scarlett, you're, yes. Nor, you're in a team, right? Jessica. Jessica? Okay, Guillermo has never came to class. Julia's got a team, and Zoe. Okay, so this is right now how we're looking here. Jessica's definitely in the class before she was here. I'm not sure if she stepped out. And Christopher, I don't know. In case, we can have one team be like 4 members, right? So Christopher, if you're watching this video, reach out to one of these team members if you want to join them. So is that clear for you guys? I think that's the whole team, right? We have 5 teams for this project, right? Again, working together, obviously it's not easy, right? It's always tough to work together with members, right? But it's part of working, as an architect, right? And if you do it correctly, it should make it into a very easy project, right? So no one's kind of doing all the work for each other. All right, so I think that's pretty good. I'll save this list, and next week, we'll have our first presentation. I will also upload those sample projects, right, to your Dropbox, right? And I'll put them, let's say, so you guys can see it right away. Let's see here.
Wait, Professor, so how are we supposed to contact them?
Well, yeah, so, okay, so that's a good point, yes. So you guys need to, I would say right now, through the chat, exchange contacts, right? Are you guys able to do this right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you want, yeah, I'll post this list also in, in your things. Let me close all tabs here. I will update, so these are the sample projects, right? I'm gonna copy these here. Let me go to your, here's the folder. I put it here into the group project, right? I'm gonna make a new folder here called samples, right? I'll drop here. Yeah, I'm still sharing, right? Okay, I put here the folders, right? So this is all the sample projects that's there. I will also add, before I forget, the project description, which is here. I put it here on the project assessment and description right there. Here's the student work. So, this, yes, I mean, ideally, we can probably, yeah. So ideally, in the end, every team's going to put the same work in each of their folders, right? So that should be all there. We have samples. I will also save that Word file here so you guys can see the team's members, right? I put it here, and you guys should, use the chat right now to try to give each other's emails, right? Or, or chat, or, or phone number, right? It doesn't matter how you guys communicate, and you can have Zoom meetings, right? By yourselves, right? You can call each other on the cell phone. The main thing is to work together, right? I think what I'll do also in a little bit here is I'll put here next to their name, is whatever email I have on record here. Okay, so you guys can, use this, right, to communicate, right, and then reach out by email and definitely start to work together. I hope this thing works out good. All right. Any comments or questions? No? All right, let me give you guys one more thing before. So, all right, actually, no, I think, I put the email here afterwards. So I think we'll finish here for today, and yeah, we'll continue on next Friday. I'm also recording, so I'll post a video today in a little bit. Any last minute comments or questions?
No, Professor, thank you.
No? All right, guys, thank you very much, okay? I look
Thank you,
forward to seeing
Professor.
next week your proposals.
Thank you, Professor.
Professor, what we have to do for the next class as a group?
As a group, you're making the first conceptual presentation, right? You're gonna showcase, the team members, what they do, those graphs that we saw in class today, a proposal of the budget, right? And it could be, ideas, sketches, of your idea, or, what you intend to design, like a proposal.
Okay.
All right. Also, in case you forget, don't forget that you can always go back and check the video, right, for more details.
All right. Thank you.
All right, guys. Thank you very much.